Hey guys, Finlox here, back with our blind playthrough of Stasis. So I did look up a walkthrough. adventuredoor.net, I think, is the site that I used. So, yeah, it was something simple. So, what I don't get, he mentioned it once, like, where can I find a key or whatever, and I didn't realize the toolbox is locked. And that's what that sound is when he reaches down. Instead of saying, hey, it's locked, I need a key, he's like rattling the lock. It's like, okay, I didn't think it was locked, because he doesn't say it's locked. So they mentioned two things. One, this, which I didn't notice before. I think this is what this does. There you go. It just shows like a zoomed out version of the area, which nothing you could really do, I guess, but these are all the cloning vats and there's a lot of them. So, the hell is that, like a brain? Like a giant brain? Don't know. Maybe we'll see that in a second. But what we have to do is, so the foreman, you can't see it anymore, but it has a key. So you have to take the tape.
This should be useful.
Make a crowbar grappling hook, then use that on this guy. All right.
Rest in peace.
Okay. I'm kind of curious how far through this game I am. All right, so toolbox keys. I would say that's a flaw that because other, like, doors, they'll show whether they're locked or not, right? This, and he said something about, and I thought he was, like, looking for a key. I thought he was looking in the toolbox for a key. I didn't realize he meant it's locked. I mean, I guess that's my fault. All right, so we got jumper cables. We'll use them on this. Or do we not? Do we use them on the generator?
This goes on here.
Okay, so they're hooked up now, I suppose. No? No, I wanted to use them on the...
And this goes over here.
Oh! See, that's... Do I need to do that? I mean, do I have to click on both? It's like, I want to electrocute the thing. Is that the puzzle, that you have to click on two separate things? I don't know.
Please stay calm.
I mean, granted, do I take the... He's like, oh god, but they're... I mean, they're monsters, basically, right? Oh, you have to swim through it.
Stay above the water.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. Okay, you didn't stay above the water there. Yeah, it's not swimming through as much as it's just gross.
Tia, can you hear me? I'm working on getting out of here. I can see a light far above me. I think it's a way out.
Alright, so... broken computer terminal. Spiderwebs of cracks radiate outward from several damaged sections of this display panel. No power runs through the terminal, it's busted. Screen of the terminal is smashed and splashed with speckles of blood. Okay. VAT 12 and 13 are lit. And 11. Metal stamp on this terminal indicates it controls VAT 11. Sunken generator, large power generator is half submerged in the foul-smelling organic soup. Crossbeam. A crossbeam runs between A crossbeam runs between the support columns. Yeah, I guess so. I see a ladder. Nope, you can't jump. And that looks like partially grown flesh. Below the observation platform, a sea of artificially grown flesh sits slowly rotting, the process of decay only partially stalled by the chill running through the room. Yep, okay. Well, let's try 11, I suppose. Okay. VAT Theta 152, standard growth enhancement agents, complete human clones, intended for immediate testing. Yeah, one of these... probably ironically the one that the dude had to swim through was what he was giving them extra food or whatever. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was black as coal. When Mary went to bed one night, it ate her fucking soul. Ooh, can we hit buttons? This is backwards though. No, okay. Report 152 A, B, C, and D. Subjects appear to develop bone and tendon structure prior to vital organs, but following nervous system development. Huh. Growth of muscle has begun to progress. One specimen ceased to grow and was confirmed dead. Upon autopsy, 3 extra vertebrae were discovered, as well as 2 ribs. However, only a few teeth were found deep within the mandible. Growth of all specimens has accelerated. Any given clone measures just under 7 feet. Possesses auxiliary ribs and vertebrae observed in the failed subject. All vital organs are present and appear to be performing normally. Despite the abnormal rib and spinal developments, the clones seem to be perfectly functional and fully matured. One, however, was rendered blind as a result of improper sphenoid development. Okay. So, one of these will probably do something. Unless I have to use my my grappling hook on this to climb up there. Hello. Hello, my name is whatever. VAT Epsilon 449, standard growth enhancement agents, 150% concentration, plus additional growth hormones obtained from Project Seed. Incomplete human clones intended for harvest of pulmonary and coronary tissue. Products developing at 800% acceleration from the selected control group. However, several anomalies have occurred. Anomaly example, a tissue mass has developed into a tail of sorts. It circles the vat using the aforementioned tail to propel itself. Mass with tail appendage has been assigned a name Samantha. Despite the previous belief circulating behavior was a product of instinct, it is now clear has been surveying the vat's electronic safety net and searching for vulnerabilities. How? How do you know this? Samantha has been extracted and moved to security for temporary storage. She thrashed violently upon removal, damaging equipment and other specimens. And allegedly hurt, someone... O'Sullivan or whatever his name was. Okay. VAT Kappa 583, growth agent enriched with additional amino acids, 300% concentration, enhanced human clones, intended for immediate research. Specimens began to move about the vat immediately during the embryonic phase. All subjects developing at nearly 500% acceleration, effective growth agent concentration on subject development ruled parabolic rather than linear. Let me just say that the soundtrack with the weird screams and all that stuff, I don't think that helps. I mean, I know it's trying to set the mood. But I hate when there's like sounds that aren't there. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Multiple subjects have combined to form a larger mass of anthropoid limbs and organs. It surfaced and then was ruled deceased. It appeared to be composed of approximately 12 human-like bodies, all roughly infant-sized. Batch has been active for 96 hours. Development of other subjects remains regular. It's kind of gross. Alright, so let's see if we can use this on the crossbeam. Looks like a yes.
Got it.
Okay. Oh. Okay. High above the platform, a laughter is grafted onto the support columns. Oh, nylon rope. Okay. Okay, well, if you were to fall... Yeah, that's a lot of...
I hate this damn place.
Yeah. Where am I? I'm somewhere in there, at the bottom. So we lost our crowbar and stuff. That's okay. Oh, there he is. I mean, it's zooming out to show you the scale of this place.
John? John, can you hear me?
Tia, it's soft, but I can hear you.
Daddy? Is that all? A maintenance hatch for engineer access is set in the platform. So, question. Why is there graffiti? Rarely trafficked areas breed unconventional forms of life. Here, the graffiti tagger has covered the tram station with a wild variety of tribal markings. Okay. Overhead tram rail. Magnetic stoppers on the tram's guide rails look sturdier than many other parts of this aging vessel. The trams grip the tracks greedily with their many legs. Do they have legs? Boarded up tram. Boarded up entrances indicate trams have been out of service for some time. Where do you get boards? Like wood? You know? Anyway. It's all good. Where do we go? Here? Okay. Oh, okay. We go this way. Um.
There is some sort of interference for the structure.
I'm in a tram station.
Yep. Okay. That looks like a ladder. Oh, and there's a ghost. Okay. Okay, there's something else. I mean, the sort of scares don't really scare me, and in fact they actually take away, because it's like, oh, that's bullshit or whatever, you know what I mean? The security hologram that showed why the chick died, like, I thought that was well done. But just the random things and random screams and all that stuff, I'm just kind of like, okay. It breaks the tension. Oh, so...
The tower. I am pressurizing the raw materials containment tank.
Okay.
Yeah, come in.
John, thank goodness, I can hear you. You just disappeared. No radio, no PDT.
Who the hell was that?
Dr. Gerardus Milan, head of special projects.
He knew you.
It's a big ship. I'm in a different division to him entirely. And you've met him once.
Yeah, okay.
Asshole.
I just want to get my family out of this goddamn place.
That's the plan.
Is it... She's lying, obviously, but... So my first thought when it's like pressurizing or whatever, I thought we were about to die, and I was like, okay, why are they talking when he's about to... I thought this was like the trash compactor in Star Wars, you know?
You mentioned earlier that you lost my PDT. What's that?
Personal data tag. Every person on board has one.
Like animals.
The tags monitor everything. Security access, food intake, location tracking.
Everyone has a tag. We can use it to find my family.
I'm afraid it doesn't work like that, John.
Like hell it doesn't. If I'm tagged, then so are they. You said.
I can only access your tag because the DotMate scanners registered you. I've scanned for your family and I can't pick them up.
Are they on the ship? Have they been rescued?
It only means that PDTs haven't been activated. But I still have an idea that might just work.
Why would he have a PDT if he was supposed to be a research subject? That doesn't make any sense. He's not considered... You know what I mean? Like, you don't have a medical record for... like, if there's a personnel file, right? Like a dossier, security clearances, all that stuff. My cat wouldn't have one, because they're an animal. I don't know. I don't mean to be picky, but it's just like... You know, it started off really good, and it's,
From the crew quarters, you should be close to an infirmary with a DNA sequencer. If you could get your blood into the sequencer, I can scan the ship for familial DNA, and then we can find your daughter. Then...
We can use her DNA to find Ellen.
Exactly.
Notice. Reserve power facilities are online. Backup systems are now enabled and functioning at benchmark levels.
The outside temperature is minus 218 degrees Celsius.
I don't know if the chick just has bad voice acting or if she is intended to sound like she doesn't care, you know? Anyway, pipes and machinery, multitude of machines and pipes knitted together lie redundant. The scaffolding forms a protective shell around an assorted machinery, rising toward a high ceiling. Maze-like shadows are cast onto the walls and ground. Alright, so we have two options. Crew Commons, Security Office. Let's try security first. Where are all these mutants, by the way? The ones that are attacking people, the one that killed the dude. Okay, dead security guard. A crumpled body rests against the slanted bulkhead in a leisurely repose. The uniform indicates security officer.
They cut his wrists.
Okay. The whole shift change thing is kind of strange. Putting Ronald in security when he's obviously not equipped strikes me as irresponsible. Oh well, I'm sure I can compensate. A notice went out telling us to follow the new security guidelines this evening. I wonder what happened. It's only a few extra doors to lock as far as I'm concerned. Easy enough. Food supplies are stalled and people are getting nervous. Someone's been distilling alcohol despite the fact that express authorization is required to even possess it. Ivan was describing the concept of moonshine to Ronald, and the guy asked how moonshine could exist if we're in a spaceship so far away from the moon. I swear to God, if aliens board the ship and pick us off one by one or something, I want to see Ronald go first. I really want to do something about this alcohol situation. It's my duty to ensure the Groom Lake's crew is secure and that important research isn't interfered with. At least I'd like to believe so. These clowns don't share the sentiment. The ass end of the ship just started exploding and jolted everything that wasn't bolted down. There's a goddamn pen stuck in the wall next to me. I can only imagine all the people injured right now, but can't leave on account of the lockdown. Lockdown or not, Station B is fucked, so getting to medical isn't happening. Someone suggested we could use the specimen transport track, but that's shady as all hell. See, this actually... It's kind of funny, right? It's like they're breeding clones. Also, there's blood all over this thing. They're doing clones, and the clones have issues because the corporation is basically... They're incompetent, and they're cutting corners and all that stuff, right? So it makes total sense that everything's screwed up and then stuff escapes, right? There's no leaving the security center now. Staring at Ronald's lifeless body is a fucking superior alternative to being ripped apart by whatever's outside. I hear screams. They're distant and muffled. Silence. 24 hours of silence. Not a scream, not a footstep, still not a word from Ivan. The guy looked away from the atmosphere control room just before Ronald pulled the plug. I got bored and read Ronald's file. He had a lot of stuff running really deep. Maybe he wasn't ignorant after all. So Ronald killed himself, I guess? That's it for the water. Ivan refused to drink anything but moonshine. I tried my best to get him to have water. Stubborn bastard wouldn't hear it. He hasn't moved in a while. Well... I mean, he probably knew. Right. Dead security guard. Yep. So... Where's the other guy? There were supposedly 3 of them, right? But I only see 2. Let's see. This security guard seems to have died while sitting in this cushioned recliner. It tilts back at an angle that will hold the body for a long, long time. Strong metal door. Motion detector, huh? See, come on. Okay. Motion detection device has been installed above the door. It's strange. Okay. Ivan. This new guy, Anderson, is really something. 5 minutes in the door and he's already asking what all the computers do. I like it. He's inquisitive, just like my boy back home. I'm glad he got put here in the shift change, but I'm disappointed neither of these two are ladies. I could use some female company. Hang on. What's this dude's name? Hodgson. Ronald. Okay. So they must be talking about Ronald. Hodgson. Anderson? Okay, maybe Anderson is a little more confused than inquisitive, but his heart is in the right place. I can respect that, but Sarge? How in the hell did the boy get Sarge from Serato? Paul's just plain obnoxious. Food's not coming for a while. Fortunately, somebody's been making moonshine. It's not the White Oak whiskey from back home, but you don't come across much liquor in space. Looks like I'll be moderating the supply, so to speak. Hodgson just tried to arrest someone. Prick. Rations are in. Good thing, too. The liquor wasn't keeping the crew at bay like it used to. This entire ship smells like shit. It's always been bad, but it gets worse every day. It's even a different type of shit every once in a while. Beyond me. Groom Lake is on lockdown. Tremors, power outages, and several injured. Some guys left 3 days ago to repair a tram station. Haven't heard from them since. I can only fear the worst, and I don't want to wait to figure out what's been going on around here. Paul and I have agreed on a solution, but Anderson isn't grasping it. I don't expect him to. The solution is probably them killing Ronald. I knew Anderson would have trouble coping. I knew he wouldn't understand. At least he went easier than we will. He saw so much in his short life, there just wasn't room for more. He'll never have a funeral. Nobody back home is going to think of him and wonder what happened. I think Paul and I are the only people on this ship who knew him by name. Maybe that Samantha girl he was talking about still remembers him. Her dog could be named after him, or maybe he picked her a flower and she tucked it into a book. I never did read much, but right now I'd love to be holding a book. Poe would work. He's the only author I know by name. I haven't talked to Paul. He thinks I'm drinking, but I'm too preoccupied with Anderson for that. I figure I'm writing this for a reason. What if nobody ever reads it? What if the ship just drifts to the edge of the universe, dead and empty? If you exist, if you somehow stumble upon this, remember Anderson for me. He reminds me so much of how my son used to be. If you don't do it, nobody will. I don't beg, I never beg, but if you're a decent human, you'll know why you have to. Remember Anderson. Wow. Barely awake. Typing is an effort. Moonshine is not water. Hodgson had last word. Okay, so he's drinking now. Alright, so what do we got? Another terminal that might have provided access to advanced system functions if it weren't hopelessly powered down. Let's see. This bank of monitors was designed to display the view from various security cameras around the facility. Let's look at that. Okay. So, we have static, and maybe I can click on them. Security cam annex. I don't know what this is. This is death, radiation, perhaps? Or biological. I don't know what this one is. This is moving, though. I don't know what that says. Basket, ice, bucket, I don't know. Looks like I can't click on any of them. They're just here. Crew quarters security logs. Alcohol is being manufactured and distributed aboard Groom Lake. Security has opted to take an approach of non-intervention, as the effect on morale will likely prevent theft and potential riots associated with the limited rations. However, security will regularly confiscate quantities of alcohol to moderate the supply. That's funny. Rations have arrived and have been distributed. Very few reported or evidential cases of theft. This likely could be attributed to the morale increase speculated as a result of the distribution of alcohol. Specimen that Samantha received for transport to Laboratory 18. The specimen from the cloning vats is contained in an iron lung. Because it breathes water? Transport needs to be arranged quickly. Specimen is scraping against the inside of the containment unit. Tremors have struck the Groom Lake. Power outages and severe injuries have been reported. Lockdown is in effect. 4 crew members have been reported missing while attempting to restore a tram station to working order. To prevent further loss or injury, corridor has been sealed and flooded with highly corrosive gas. Okay. Seems like, to prevent further loss or injury, we're gonna put mines down. You know, atmosphere control access, activate motion detector.
I'll need to figure something out here.
Okay. Portals into life support. The viewing portal's looking upon the disturbingly grimy life support control room.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take a moment of silence to remember Henry Kane. We ask that you join us in recognizing his greatness.
Oh, he died? Okay, well, I don't know what to do in here at the moment. I don't... For some reason, I still have a syringe and the drill. A gloomy doorway to the crew room.
Once we know where Becca is, how can I get to her?
There is another tram through the crew quarters. Once we know where you're going, we'll move forward from there.
More trams.
Okay.
God forgive us.
Mountain images. A long landscape of a serene mountainscape, intended to provide a sense of calm and perspective. Okay, frosted glass door. That's glass? This especially large frosted glass door is coated with the dirt of neglect. It looks like, I mean, it looks like a wall. Okay, another dead body. A body lies slumped against the entrance bulkhead with his head hanging forward. It's almost possible to imagine him having a nap during a long shift. Oh. See, was that supposed to scare me?
I wish I could do something. Something more.
Help me. Dr. Rick Graham. Okay. Getting sick of this bumps and scrapes bullshit. I didn't get this degree just so I could stitch idiots up when they accidentally stab themselves with a pen. I want to do fun experiments. Is that too much to ask? It's not like I want to be a mad scientist and sew new arms onto people or anything, although human spiders would be cool. It's a miracle. Security somehow ended up passing a container made from one of the cloning vats onto me. It's labeled Samantha. They understand it's to be transferred to Lab 18, right? Oh well, no reason I can't observe for a while, right? I'll have my loyal assistant Miriam make up some good excuses for me. Okay. This creature is marvelous. The notes included don't say much, but I'm pretty sure she didn't have a fully formed spine when they packaged the girl up. It describes her as being just a tail. There's some other bones as well, but I didn't major in monster anatomy. I wish I had, though. You can't make this shit up. This fucker grew eyes. I mean it. She did not have those the last time I checked. They're rudimentary, sure, but they just grew. They follow me around. At this point, I'm going to take credit for Samantha entirely. I mean, they can't prove there was anything more than some stem cells in that container the last they saw, right? From now on, Samantha is mine. I can't wait to see what she turns into. Lab 18 is definitely getting suspicious and impatient. I'm running out of excuses for why I haven't transferred Samantha yet. I need Miriam to stall a bit longer. I read her PDA, so I know she wants to turn me in. She wants my job. Fortunately, I have a video of her screwing the guys from the lab, all of them. So there's my job security. Well, I mean, are you willing to screw all of them too? They might pick her. She's like, if you fire my boss instead of me, I'll suck your dick. And I might be like, yeah, I never liked him anyway. Begin. Like every day. You know? You know. This just got serious. The tremors knocked me over the counter and I twisted a muscle in my knee. It's going to be a long lockdown spent bandaging people up without any access to the full medical wing. Samantha isn't mine anymore. Some other poor fool can take responsibility for this one. So I assume she escaped. I heard shrill screams coming from the entertainment area. The first and last time I performed surgery, the patient woke up and started screaming her head off. Something about seeing your own exposed ribs really bothers people. Anyway, these screams were like that, only more intense. They're the screams of the dying. I've locked the emergency bulkhead. No sign of Miriam. Okay. Oh, is she in there? Oh, what is she now? The cylindrical hyperbaric chamber is welded shut, creating a metal tomb for anyone inside. But we can look. Oh, there's the DNA scanner. Okay. There's blood everywhere. Congealed blood runs down the frosted glass wall. PDA. Alright, you know, device appears to analyze the DNA of samples placed on its receiving tray. Oh, that's why I still have the syringe. Okay. Well, first, let's take a look inside the viewing portal. I want to see what horrors this game...
I'm not sure what I was expecting.
Oh, I missed.
Holy fuck.
It's funny, because he starts speaking, so my eyes automatically go up to look at the text, and then something like, you know...
My imagination's playing tricks on me.
See, I looked up and then I was like, no, I need to see it. Okay, well, I have no idea what I saw. I saw something against the glass, but... I mean, if it's big, it can't have much room to swim around and stuff in there, you know what I mean? Let's check the PDA. Miriam Goldberg, Dr. Graham is up to no good. This weird pod accidentally arrived at our medical bay. It holds the most terrifying creature I've ever seen in my entire life, and he says it's beautiful. He wants me to find excuses for why it isn't being transferred to Lab 18. Good thing the guys there like me. I'll help him keep it a secret for now. Although I might get his job if I could get him kicked off the Groom Lake. I'll keep an eye on what he's up to. Interesting. This thing is growing all sorts of body parts at ungodly rates. The notes say it was just a tail and some flesh at some point, but I don't even see the tail anymore. What kind of fucked up experiments are we doing? Fuck, I'm locked out of the medical bay and Dr. Graham has locked himself in there with that thing. We need to help these injured people, insufferable prick. They want to use the specimen transport track to get the injured crew members to the medical wing. Even if the ship wasn't falling apart, that's a terrible idea. It's funny to see everyone frantically typing away on their PDAs. Who's going to read it? The surface of whatever planet's gravitational pull the lifeless Groom Lake gets sucked into doesn't care about your damn feelings. Yep. Alright, well, let's click on the DNA scanner.
I think this is it.
Excellent. You need to get your blood sample onto the receiving tray, and I'll do the rest.
Okay. And, I mean, presumably I'm not a clone, right? Full hypodermic syringe. You probably... I mean, how much do you actually need?
Okay, it's working.
Why does it have to be blood?
Receiving the genetic info. This is good, John. This is excellent.
Oh.
I can hear something.
I saw something... like, moving across that looked like it was on legs. It was big, too.
Sure.
Whoa, what the hell was that? Oh. Yeah, it ate.
What the hell? What's that?
I only picked up a flash in the scanner. A crew member.
I wasn't a crew member. I wasn't even a person. I was an animal.
The upload finished. I'm going to start the scan now.
Tia, what's going on here?
I've heard things, but I don't know any specifics. You have to believe me.
Maybe it was one of those fucking things that ate Yuri.
I grow plants. I don't care for man's pets.
Just let me know when the scan's finished.
Secondary containment is now accessible. Head through to the other tram station.
So she does know about the dude and his pets. I grow plants. Do you?
Warning. Serotonin levels are abnormal.
Yeah. Entertainment block door. The scuffing on the floor in front of this door indicates it has seen frequent use. Monitors. Quartet of monitors face you with a blank stare. Dead tree. With no systems or staff paying attention, once proud tree has withered and faded. Door leads back to the tram station. What is this? Sleep block A. Mess hall, sleep blocks A through F. Ooh, what is going on here? Tram station door, but it's blocked off. Security panel. Once intended to brighten up the rooms, the shrubbery is now bone dry and the leaves are flaking. Elevator shaft. The constant flickering of its lights does not add to your confidence in this elevator. Okay, so I can't go into the entertainment block. Let's try the security panel. Door locked due to atmospheric control override. Okay. So perhaps we can go to the sleep block. Well, this is dark. Okay. So I guess my thought would be... I mean, that was obviously designed to make tents and stuff, and yet I'm not really. You know, you go from running from an enemy to like an entertainment thing, and then back into another dark hallway that all of a sudden lights up. And the problem, so first off, that's like multiple moods, right? Like moods take time to shift, emotions and stuff. But also, when you're using puzzles and you're actively using the logical part of your brain, that actually, I don't know how it works as far as emotion in general, but or specifically, but I think it represses emotion. You know, if that makes sense, because you're focusing on logical stuff, not on being tense. You know, so and that doesn't help. It would almost be spookier if it was just like without the scream, you know? But I don't know. I kind of want to stop here for now. I don't know. I mean, the game started off really strong and then kind of sort of like dropped and sort of plateaued. Even that stuff. I will say, like, seeing the thing run past the glass, I was like, ooh. But that said, it feels very rudimentary, the game does. This, with the stasis and the clouds and the whatever, this is great. This is fantastic, because this really sets the tone. And even the beginning. Oh, I mean, overall, it's not terrible. The graphics are definitely, like, low tier, and I think this is probably one of their first games. And it's okay. It's very nostalgic. But it's tricky to do horror using that. I don't know. I really want to see where I want to play the third one. Like, I know this sounds weird, but I really hope this feels very rudimentary. And I really hope their stuff improves in the future. I would like to see what they could do, what they're capable of, you know what I mean? But right now, I'm just not super feeling it. So, you know. But anyway, we'll stop for today. So that's it. That's it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. As always, guys, questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or indifferent, let me hear them. I do try and read all of them. I do try and respond to all of them as well. What is your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, I'm going to go with... I guess I watered the compost pile as well, and I kind of, like, worked on that. So that's good. It helps. You know, it needs to stay damp, and here, especially during the summer, it just gets so dry. Now we're in winter though, so maybe that'll be all right. I don't know. We'll see. But regardless, that's my unique positive moment. Hopefully your guys is just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. And I hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, Take care.